Mrs. P, for 5 years, was one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in Piggy. Minitoon released a new update on January 26, 2025, that answered a lot of questions about her, but it also left a lot of questions about her. But I found out who Piggy is, I found out who Clowny is, I found out what happened to William. I found out that Penny Piggy is working for Tio. Found out a lot of stuff. So there's no way I can't solve this. Minitoon added a new ability to the game which allows you to see secret notes. The notes give hints to the story of Mrs. P. And this is what they all said. So it starts off at the Lucella Middle School where Mr. P goes. He's very shy and doesn't have much friends till he meets a girl potato named Mrs. P. They stay friends up until adulthood when they get married to each other. Mrs. P lands a job working for a hospital with Barry, Sheepy, and Bunny. And Mr. P forms a carnival in partnership with Clowny. The carnival eventually takes off and Mr. P becomes rich, which leads him into a bunch of new business ventures. One of them includes taking over the robotics company Protection Services through mechanics and machines because their old CEO Mudson stepped down. It's going great for the P family until one day tragedy strikes. Mrs. P catches a rare disease called lineoma. Mr. P decides to fund a cure and works with Bunny, Barry, and Sheepy and other researchers to save her. Eventually, Mrs. P gets infected and turns into a zombie-like creature. She infects Barry and Sheepy and ends up leaving to hide away in the city. She ends up hiding inside of a window in a building next to Ellie's Enterprises. Here's a photo from the game. But one day, some group comes and kidnaps her. So, this is where we get to the theorizing part. The rest of this video is just written out on official notes in Piggy. This is actually where I have to do a little bit of digging to piece stuff together. So, this is, I think, the key to figuring out the entire story behind Mrs. P. Grandma Piggy from the games owns a shop called Grandma Piggy's Poutine. Poutine is a Canadian dish consisting of fries and gravy. As seen in the 2023 Metallica event, the shop itself has many different locations, but the main location seems to be in the city where Mrs. P is hiding. So, just go back to what I said early in the video about how poutine is fries with gravy. Mrs. P is a potato, and guess what fries are made of? That's right, potatoes. So I think Grandma Piggy and the rest of the employees at her poutine shop all teamed up to kidnap Mrs. P from the building she was hiding in to harvest her to make poutine with. But you could clearly see in the game that Grandma Piggy's infected. So what I think happened is Mrs. P tried to fight back by infecting her. So that is the entire lore behind Mrs. P. So like and subscribe because Creecraft and Ant Antics aren't doing Piggy theories anymore. So you might as well get me. Also, make sure to check out the map in the background of this video. It's called Piggy Memories. It was made by Doodoo, and this map is amazing, so I would like him to get credit for it. Also, Doodoo, if you're watching this, thank you for letting me play this map with you. It was such a privilege.